came out of the bullpen, was a valuable piece out of the bullpen, but he gets to start in the second game of the year.
Will Morrison leads it off and takes a pitch from Cooper high and away. And Riley Cooper comes back and throws a couple of pitches with some velocity and gets Morrison striking out.
The spin of the ball, that's how they can be able to tell if it's a changeup or a breaking ball or a fastball. When you can't see the spin, it makes it really tough.
The third baseman batting ninth. A high fly ball hit deep to left field. Swinehart is back. He looks up. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. Gavin Dugas, the veteran who a couple of years ago led the Southeastern Conference in runs batted in, has blasted one over the left field wall, the first home run of the year for the Tigers. Boy,
that is a welcome sight for Tiger fans. Off the bench yesterday, one at bat. It was a single for Gavin Dugas. This was a changeup left, middle. When I tell you he hit it over everything out there, it went over everything, Lynn. He knew it the instant it touched his bat. That was going to be the first homer of the year, and you probably won't even see this one land because it cleared the left field bleachers.
Those people on the back row with the gloves in their hands.
Yeah, I think that's very optimistic, but that's good. I mean, separated shoulder, we were told they popped it back in place. It apparently has happened before, and they expect and hope that Tommy White can play next week. Take a look at what happened yesterday. RBI single by Tommy White. He gets on first, and I mean, dives back in, and right there, when he dove back in, the right shoulder just pops out of place, and he was in pain. You could see it right away. Came off the field. We were told they popped it back in.
Weeks have been really remarkable. He's been statistically in the spring LSU's best hitter. That's a wild pitch, and Cruz moves up into scoring position. A home run by Dugas to lead it off. And Jones lines one into left field. Cruz rounds third. He's digging for the plate. He will make it standing. Jared Jones, who delivered yesterday, delivers early today.
Hitting in the 4-hole, and that is unusual for a true freshman in the SEC, but he produced yesterday. Big 2 RBI double yesterday. Gets it started today with a single. Dylan Cruz wild pitches out at second base. The ball wasn't hit hard, but it hit in the right place. Dylan Cruz with an outstanding read from second base easily scores the second run of the game for the Tigers.
He draws a base on balls, and the Tigers already have had plenty of base runners. He flirted with number 1 on the last swing, and he takes a big rip and can't find it. Neal was out in front of that pitch, and he goes down on strikes. But Gavin Dugas.
Didn't you hit a homer in 2030 and 2031?
21-29, 21-30, and 21-31. And it was a batting tip from Mike Messina that got me going.
Really? What did he tell you?
Jim Abbott was pitching game number 21-29. And he said, why don't you spread out a little bit, kind of bend a little bit in the knees, and don't try to pull him, because he was throwing a cutter, and you start to think. And so he threw a cutter out over the plate and hit a home run to right center field.
Kel, I feel like we've just done a 60-minute segment. I mean, we have revealed things that have never been revealed before.
I tell you what, when you have a pitcher like Ben, he could execute anything you wanted, so he made it easy.
LSU gets out of the third.
And don't compare yourself to everybody else. Try to be the best player that you can be and put in your time. Physically you're tired, you're beat up, you haven't got a hit in a while, your confidence is down. And those are the times sometimes you have your best games.
Morrison cannot get it as he slams into the right center field wall. LSU base runners are still rounding the sack, and it's a triple and a run scored and an overthrow at the plate. Now a reversal as Kling gets back to third. That ball slammed off the right center field wall, a wall banger out there, scoring Brady Neal, and Paxton Kling nearly picked up his first home run as a Tiger.
And he just kind of flicked this ball. Now, Paxton Kling, a true freshman, he's the highest rated high school player to end up on a college campus anywhere. Could have been a very high draft pick, decides to come to LSU instead. And boy, Will Morrison hard into that right center field wall. There's Kling, ends up at third base, and of course Brady Neal scores all the way from first base.
So on that one, I was watching Brady Neal, and you should go as far as second base as you're watching the play develop. You don't know if he's going to catch it or not, but you should go as far as you can. And he was a little bit short at second base, which almost stopped the guy that hit the ball. What's his name?
Kling.
Yeah, to go into third for that triple. And sometimes those are the times when you can the little things you can do that sets that up, because now you end up with a guy on third base, no outs, and a chance to really score him. But if that first runner does not get down there far and you have to stop at second base, then you got to work harder to get him to third.
LSU yesterday scored a runner from third 5 out of 6 tries, and does so here as Napolt grounds out to the right side and Kling is able to score. And the first pitch takes the feet out from under the hitter. Morrison went 0 for 3 yesterday. Runner is on the move and a line drive to center field. Cruz cuts it off on one hop. He takes a look at the infield and then tosses it back to second base. So Jimmy Allen collects his first hit of the season. A liner will find the grass in right center field. And for the first time in this series, the Broncos have reached the scoreboard. A 3-1 pitch was drilled into right center by Gavin Doyle.
When you fall behind and you get yourself in predictable counts, and what I mean by that, when pretty much everybody at the ballpark knows fastball is coming, it becomes very difficult for a pitcher. And again, this is a team in Western Michigan that swung it well last year, and they will hit it well this year too.
Ackenhausen is the left-hander. Nice play by the second baseman Dugas for the out at first. The run scores from third. The 1-2. Chop to the right side. Dugas charges. Pushes it over to Morgan for the out. So Ackenhausen comes out of the bullpen and does what his task was, and that was to get the left-handed batter.
I might have hesitated for a second.
Right. Neal slams one into right. It's down for a base hit. It sounded good coming off the bat, and a long single to right by Neal. Berg to the plate. Kling gets the bunt down. He's going to make the play at second base, and he does so in time. When he started to turn and throw to second, mentally I said, Ben, that may be a mistake. Kling is on the move. Ground ball snared by the first baseman, who steps on the bag. Wow. That was a terrific play by Cade Sullivan, getting dirty as he took an extra base hit away from Napolt.
30 rows up where Ted Williams hit a home run.
Here's a liner to the shortstop. He has to reach back on the backhand side and make the play. A well hit ball by Dugas as he flirted with an RBI single. That gets through the first baseman Sullivan. Jobert is digging for second base. Jobert hesitated a little bit. It looked like he was going to accelerate. He was looking at his third base coach and reached on a fielder's choice. This will carry out to right field. Nebar is lining it up. He's got it. The runner Stevenson tags and makes third base easily.
They're going to walk him now.
Now they're going to intentionally throw him down to first. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded slowly to the right side. The only play will be to second base. And the Tigers got a bit of insurance as Pearson rolls it to the right side and collects the fielder's choice RBI.
Started at third base today, played a little third base yesterday as well.
He spanks it on one hop to the second baseman, and Harity turns it into an out. We've got more baseball for you tomorrow, noon. 12:30 the start. Gavin Doyle waves at a pitch that may have been elevated. He's got a couple of strikeouts. This is a high fly ball. You can forget about this one. Off the scoreboard, a home run for Cade Sullivan, and he brings his team back to within 2. That ball left the yard in a hurry. The only reaction from Josh Stevenson was to turn his back to the infield and watch where it hit.
Yeah, you talk about getting all of one. This young man, Cade Sullivan, he had 10 homers last year. .315 batting average, 10 homers, drove in 52. Had an RBI in his last at bat, and his first homer of the year. Watch where this thing ends up. Breaking ball, just a hanging breaking ball sitting right in the heart of the plate. I mean, off the scoreboard, straight away left center field.
Let's see if there's a play on this. Milazzo is calling for it. He runs a long way to get it. Swinehart is on deck. Budig lines one to center field. Dylan Cruz is there, and he is able to work to his right and make the play.